we are the people we've been waiting for, because we all have to collectively work together to get this to end. That's the fight. And that is a great example of just how bad things have gotten, why the Israel lobby feels the need to put out an AIPAC ad, because they can't sell this shit anymore. They know the reaction that they're getting around the world and here at home.
So if you guys would like to help us on our quest to fight AIPAC, we need to put the QR code back. So for people who do not know, we have started a Revolutionary Change PAC. We are a super PAC, and we are going to be going after all the AIPAC funded Zio shills. And we also have our slate of candidates that we are supporting. We have one Green, one Independent, and one Democrat. And these are people that are pro-Palestine, pro-working people, and don't take corporate money. That's who we support. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what happened to our QR code. Can we get it back? Where'd it go? I don't hear you.
Well, now you can.
Now I can hear you, but I still don't see our QR code. Oh, there it is. So guys, right here, check out our website. If you forward it to people, the more people that can help, the better, obviously. But yeah, AIPAC has money. And so we want to fight fire with fire.
We're now going to show you one of the candidates that we are supporting and leave it to somebody we've actually never covered before on our channel. This is Hasan Piker, and obviously he's one of the biggest left progressive voices out there in content creation. His main area of streaming, I believe, is on Twitch. But he did this really good compilation about Graham Platner, who is running for Senate in the state of Maine.
And this is one of our
candidates. U.S. Senate, anti-Zionist, very progressive. He's already being presented as Maine's own Zohran.
And the enemy is the oligarchy. It's the billionaires who pay for it, the politicians who sell us out. And yeah, that means politicians like Susan Collins. I'm not fooled by this fake charade of Collins' deliberations and moderation. The difference between Susan Collins and Ted Cruz is at least Ted Cruz is honest about selling us out and not giving a damn. Why can't we have universal health care like every other first world country? Why can't we take care of our veterans when they come home? Why are we funding endless wars and bombing children? Why are CEOs more powerful than unions? We fought 3 different wars since the last time we raised the minimum wage.
Listen, I totally understand why a lot of people see a swagged out white boy geared up looking like a grunt force tier 1 operator and immediately think of John Fetty Wap Man. We've been burned before. As far as his platform goes, he's actively speaking out about this stuff too. Look, Graham Platner to Prem Tucker on Zateo said there's a genocide that is occurring in Gaza, and at some point in the not so distant future, we are all going to be looking around and realizing that we failed the ultimate moral test of our time. Overview. America's entered a new Gilded Age. We have a government of, by, and for billionaires. We have direct consequence of disastrous court decisions capped by Citizens United that have allowed billionaires to buy elections. As a result, they have built a billionaire economy, one that creates explosive growth for a tiny privileged few, for a handful of billionaires and multinational corporations, and inflation, stagnation, and decline for the rest of us. In 1990, there were 66 billionaires in America. Today, there are over 900. When you look around, do you see a community that is over 10 times wealthier than 1990?
So think about that. 60 billionaires in 1990, and now there's over 900.
Right.
You don't think that's a problem?
Oh, I think it's a problem, but unfortunately, too many people look at it like, whoa, I guess it could happen for me too then.
Do people really think that, though?
I don't know, but I'm not a capitalist, so I don't know what these people think. I'm not, it's nuts to me. And I'm not a huge fan of this guy either, but this is a decent compilation of Graham Platner.
Yeah, and I hesitate to even show Piker because I do think that he shocked his dog the other day, and I did not like that one fucking bit. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you're a fan of his or not. You do not fucking shock collar your dogs on live stream. You don't even do it anyway. Because listen, I had a dog once when I was growing up, and it's a long story, but let's just say that I had a family that didn't really care enough to want to walk a dog. So having the shock collar was kind of how you kept them under control. But let me tell you, you ever feel a shock collar? You ever know what that's like? And if you feel it on your hand and how bad that is, try putting it around your neck and see how it feels.
Sophie has a vibration collar. It doesn't even work anyway.
Vibration's different.
She doesn't like it, but it still doesn't keep her from barking.
Yeah. Yeah, never had to use it. Yeah, little shock collar, exactly.
So,
but
yeah.
He is making a good point here, and we'll finish.
Yes.
So here's the thing. In order to put together a coherent political campaign, you need to talk about what you stand for. You need to talk about who you want to defend. And more importantly, perhaps, you need to talk about who you despise and who you oppose. Targeting billionaires who are unimaginably powerful figures, but their numbers are minuscule is good. You need to position yourself against villains. Democrats don't do that. They want to suck up to the billionaires, and so they look like they're phony. We must pass a billionaire minimum pass a billionaire minimum tax, establishing a baseline tax that rate the super rich cannot go under. This policy is extremely popular, but too often we have elections between multiple candidates who refuse to support it. I like that. Uphold tribal sovereignty and self-determination. God damn, that's woke as that's cool.
Now, I want to point this out because we thought Platner was just somebody who really stood out and really was making a difference. Well, he is making such a difference and scaring the ever-living shit out of the Democratic establishment that they have actually coaxed the governor of Maine, Janet Mills, to now jump into the Democratic primary. That's how serious this is.
Right, because he obviously stands for something. So, of course, the Democrats have to come in and ruin that, even though he is clearly a populist. And in some place like Maine, it's very libertarian there. It's not that different feeling than like New Hampshire. And the people there, they're not, I don't know. I just think they're very independent, live and let live. And so the Democrats have to stick in their own tool in this mess, because of course they do. And I want to be very clear. I've never met Graham Platner. We've not talked to him. We've never met him. In fact, of our three candidates, he's the only one that we've never even met. So it's just somebody that we are just now. I mean, first of all, Susan Collins has got to go.
Yeah, but if you're going to put up one old white lady against another old white lady, and that's who is running the state of Maine, unfortunately, because their politics are probably relatively similar in a very libertarian state, the odds are that the incumbent is who's going to win that race. Now, I'm not saying that Janet Mills can't win, but I'm telling you, the only reason they're doing this and running the risk of a GOP, or let's say winning the governorship going into next year, is because Graham Platner scares the shit out of them, to the point in which they probably tried to get him to play ball, and he was not willing to do it. And now you have this. They said, don't get her to do this. This doesn't make any sense. You really think they give a fuck what you want?
And can I just add the cherry on top is that he is not just a veteran, but he's a Marine and U.S. Army. He's been both.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's the real. You know what the amazing thing is? If he was non-corporate, even if he was non-corporate and he was running in the GOP, the GOP would love him. They would fucking be like, yeah, this is my guy.
Yeah.
And there ain't about anything the fucking establishment could do to change that. Whereas in the Democratic Party, you're all a bunch of fucking cucks and you take it. You take it from the back and the front. You don't care.
But what they don't realize is, so them putting in her as
they're going to split the vote. They're going to split the party, and Susan Collins is going to win again. Mark my fucking words. That's what's going to happen.
Wait, are they a jungle? Like what? I don't understand. Isn't there a primary?
Yeah, if anybody here is from Maine, if they can,
I think they have ranked choice voting, but I don't know if that in the general.
Primary, the process in Maine is interesting. We need somebody who knows Maine politics, who can explain exactly how that works. But like I said, there's no reason that Governor Mills is getting into this race unless Platner's a threat.
Right. And if there's a primary, so be it.
Yeah. That's what's happening. But that is it. And no,
but then she won't split a vote is my point.
Well, yes, that's true. All right, we'll finish it up.
Cool. But yeah, I will be going and interviewing him and stuff and getting making a better assessment in the future.
Well, that would be your job because we can't do that.
No, we cannot anymore.
unlike
we used to
Zionists,
want to talk to him. Now we can't talk to him.
yeah, unlike Zionists, we don't break the law.
We're
That's
not allowed to affiliate with any of our candidates or candidate committees. So I know that was one of the things that kind of bummed you out when I told you kind of were like, Peter was like, so we can't talk to Butch anymore? I'm like, no, we can't talk to Butch anymore for a while.
That's too bad.
And you were, I know, and it was kind of sad. You're like, oh, like, yeah, but
We have a job to do.
yeah.
Like I said, the people complaining, but remember, you can go to Revolutionary Change PAC.org and check out the website anyway. I mean, it's really cool. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. And the other thing I forgot to mention, which I think is very important while you guys are here, make sure that you go over to Revolutionary Change on Rumble. And if you are not subscribed on Rumble, please make sure that you do. This is important because you never know when they're going to pull the rug out from under us. So we have to be prepared at all times that this is what's coming if we're not careful. And we all know that they want to pull the rug out, so they're going to do that.